I gotta be careful how I shake my fingers. I had some wacko a few years ago say, look, he's showing the devil horns. Look, he's showing the Illuminati signals. And in the video that I was doing, I was demonstrating the Illuminati hand signals. I was actually demonstrating it so people would know how to spot these serpent people. It was bizarre. Anyway, I'll wait for one or two of you to show up. It is hot. It is hot in North Carolina. It is disgusting. You can cut the air with a knife. Hope you guys are having a good vacation for your July 4th holidays of knowing how evil and corrupt America is. America, the #1 state sponsor of terrorism. America, we torture our own citizens. Uh-oh, I got a song started, don't I? What's up, Bossy Man? I can probably make a song. I can go back and I can remember to go back to this. Remember it. So, hope you're having a good day, Bossy Man. Hope you ain't out in this heat because it is unbearable. It's late. I'm just now getting going and I had a lot to do today. I had things to do today that on top of things, they've really been putting the weight on me lately. But one thing that's getting ready to change is, I know it's God. God is encouraging me to fast. Last week I waited like 15 to 16 hours. I fasted 15 to 16 hours to get up and make something to eat. So I just laid there and it wasn't too bad. Lucky you. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in California. But the point of the fast is to be in pain, so you can think about the Father. Fasting is one of the most helpful things you can do to your body because it resets everything about you. It resets your immune system. It cleans you out and starts you up. And the Bible says to fast often. So I'm going to try it. Hopefully on the next time they're calling for a lot of rain, I'm going to fast. I almost did it this morning, but even right now that I waited 3 extra hours to not eat, I'm dizzy. So I can't be driving and being dizzy because that's just not safe. The other day when I tried the fast, when I went on the fast, not trying, I just did it. The ride home was sketchy to say the least. I just didn't have all my faculties. And the road that I travel is busy and dangerous and it's got a whole bunch of terror pigs on it. Tina was gone all weekend. She got home late Tuesday night. So I just kept my mouth shut. Ain't no point saying nothing. Ain't nothing I can do to change anything. All I can do is make it worse. So I just shut up. But last night, I went and got my custom-made pork chops out of the freezer. Put them bad boys in the hot water and got the center of them up to the same temperature as the outside. Got them all warmed up, threw them on the grill. While I'm outside cooking, I put Glenn Beck on. Glenn Beck from the Blaze Media. Glenn's the first person who I ever heard the name George Soros. And he was doing that on mainstream Fox News. That's back when I used to watch Fox News at night. I started out Fox News 15 years ago with Bill O'Reilly. I watched Hannity for a little bit, but he's just full of garbage. Hannity is full of garbage. Any script they give him to read, he'll read it and then he'll talk like he's the biggest exposer of the deep state there is. Just a shield. He's no different than Rachel Maddow. So I'm watching Glenn Beck and he's in an interview with Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan, the wacko from freaking Great Britain. And they start talking about free speech. and Alex Jones. Now, if you don't know, they took Alex Jones's company, they shut down InfoWars. They're dismantling everything because the whole point wasn't to find him, the point was to destroy him. So they're shutting down InfoWars. They're dismantling, they're cutting it to pieces where he's not allowed to own his own business. And Glenn Beck, to his credit, has had Alex Jones on many times and has considered Alex Jones a friend. And he knew that Alex Jones did not lie about Sandy Hook. The reason Alex Jones is being crucified for Sandy Hook is because it was exactly what he said. It was a false flag. It absolutely was a government psyop. But Alex Jones, after he said it was, the pressure got to him and they said, well, maybe it ain't. As soon as he stuttered, because you can go back and look at that case and it's bull crap. The whole thing is bull. Adam Lanza, 90 pounds, running around a school shooting people. How did they, with a helicopter above him, find a rifle in the trunk when he said he only had one gun? Where did the guy in the woods go that was all blacked out with a gun? Where did the guy in the woods go? Because there were two people. Adam Lanza, a 90-pound kid, who his mother's been his caretaker his whole entire life. The first thing he does is kill his mom. The first thing he does is steal his mom's AR-15 and kill her. Like Judge Judy says, if it don't make sense, it ain't real. So, with Glenn Beck agreeing that Alex Jones got caught up in a web of BS, agreeing that the attacks on him and the theft of his company is all government funded, that is all BS, agreeing that the FBI agent, who was never named, should not have gotten $90 million or $90 billion, $90 billion to an FBI agent. Glenn Beck agrees wholeheartedly with Alex Jones. He goes on Piers Morgan and had his head this far up Piers Morgan's anus. Piers, I just don't know why we haven't been friends. Why haven't we talked before now? We believe in a lot of the same things. You're wonderful. I'm wonderful. We're wonderful together. Alex Jones, bad. Me no friend with Alex Jones. Alex Jones said horrible things. Probably deserved to lose his business. But I'll fight for his right to be wrong. Listen. Glenn Beck lost 1,000% of the respect I had for him when he crunched up Cheetos and put his face down in a bowl of crunched up Cheetos mocking Donald Trump. I'm not going to praise Donald Trump right now, but that's where he goes from exposing the Soros, exposing the deep state, seeing the deep state's been terrorizing Donald Trump. You're going to put Cheetos on your face and act like Donald Trump. So I had to stay away. And when people offend me like that, and I know they're so far off base, I stop. I go elsewhere to find information. I have a very tailored taste for information. So it took a while for Glenn Beck to finally come back to reality and say, whoa, wait a second. I did all that for ratings. Ugh. After I was awakened to what happened with Donald Trump, the deep state, and realized, hey, God's in control. No matter what. I deleted news channels left and right. Boom, boom, boom. I deleted everything. And here lately, I've been paying attention again, mainly through podcasts, etc. Listening to information, learning, being the sponge that I am. So Glenn Beck, I warned him again because he shared some of the most important facts about January 6th. The guy worked for him, Stu, that works for him, or not Stu, the other guy, is going to go to prison for being a journalist on January 6th. So he's in the heat of it. But it's like they always go to the edge and then they look over and see how big the fall is and then they step back. But when I saw Glenn Beck examining the intestines of that moron from the UK, I was enraged to see he was just sitting there full of garbage. The First Amendment's the most important things. Alex Jones shouldn't have said it. So they're taking away everything, and that's what happens when you get things wrong. No! That is not what happens in America when you get things wrong. That's what happens when you get things right. You will always be punished for telling the truth. But when you tell the truth and then you go back and lie about the truth, wham! That's when they get you. I can point to 99.5% of mass casualty events in the United States and show you are false flags. False flags not meaning it didn't happen, but false flags in the sense that the government was the puppet pulling the strings of the event. I've always wondered, because Mossy Man, you know me, and a few people on here know me long enough to see that I'm going to tell the truth no matter how bad it makes me look. I just can't understand how these people in media will get on there and bash each other. He's a liar, he's a liar, he's a liar. Bash each other right and left. And then show up on their shows 2 weeks later and act like nothing was ever said. How do you do that? It's just like my view of Washington. The Democrats and Republicans will fight on camera. We're fighting for the American people. We're doing all we can to save the American people. We have to save the American people. We have to do this. But then, when the cameras turn off, they're all best friends. How bizarre is that? Well, I have a lot of respect for him. It's just like when they talk about, oh, Chuck Schumer's a really good guy. Ted Cruz, I like, yeah, Chuck Schumer's been my colleague for many, many, many years, and he's a really good guy, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You can't tell me that a man that screams to the lowest depths of hell how abortion must happen, that you're telling me that guy's got a moral compass? In case of the Marine shooting, the government negligence is a huge factor. The guy had brain damage from the Army. I don't know which shooting that was. I know the Navy Yard shooter is done by a targeted individual. I do know that. Dang, I should have got up there. So, how can you have a colleague on the other side that is telling you that half of America should be extinguished, should be removed from the gene pool, and you say, yeah, he's a good guy at heart, he's just really passionate about his side. It doesn't equate, to me at least. Riding around, don't really know where to go, but I'm getting there. $3.14 a gallon in North Carolina now. That's insanity. So how can these people say they're fighting for Americans and they're fighting for our way of life, yet be friends with these people that are fighting against them to destroy? It's a dog and pony show. It's like everybody who worships Jim Jordan from Ohio They worship him like he's a god. He's a freaking snake. They're having all these hearings about the weaponization of the federal government, but they haven't done a referral for Joe Biden's arrest. They haven't done a referral for Hunter Biden's arrest. They haven't referred anyone for arrest for their criminal activity. And here's another question. Here's a big one. All it is in Washington is stall, 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 stall. And they're going to stall until they know they're turned up and they're not going to win again. And then the Democrats run in and take it over. And then the Republicans run in and take it over. And then they take it back and forth and nothing gets accomplished. How do I know that? Well, what they do in Washington to be in front of a congressional panel is they'll send a letter, hey, won't you come sit in front of us? Let's ask you questions. And they'll wait for like 6 months. They'll just wait. And if they don't get a response, they'll send another letter and say, please, really? Show up? Why don't you skip that 9 months it takes to get people to show up and just put a subpoena out straight off the bat? Do the subpoena first. Here's another one. Why Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro in prison for defying an unlawful congressional request by Hunter Biden name? Give me a minute. I gotta get gas, guys. Hold on. Coming. So how do they do that? How do they pretend to be friends? How is Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro in prison and nobody's doing anything to stop it? They don't care. It's not them. I mean, I remember years ago when they held Eric Holder in contempt. Eric Holder, Barack Obama's DA. They held him in contempt. He never went to prison. Why did he go? Why didn't they put him in there? It's a double standard. But the world thinks, oh, Jim Jordan's a hero. This is like Trey Gowdy. Anybody remembers the pit bull from South Carolina, Trey Gowdy? During the hearings about Hillary Clinton, about where that place got attacked and all that. I can't remember the name. It's leaving me right now. And she's like, well, what difference does it mean? What difference does it make if 15 people got murdered, like that Chris guy who was an ambassador? I think it was in Afghanistan or maybe Iraq. They murdered that guy because that was a gun running operation. But they didn't hold anybody in contempt. They didn't do anything. No, there's no consequences. All right, Mossy man, keep busy, buddy. There's no consequences. None. But Trey Gowdy, he's up there. He's got the best one-liners all day long. Oh, yeah, look, he's a patriot. He's fighting for us. Ain't nobody fighting for us. And people say that Ted Cruz is one of the most hated people up there because he doesn't get along with everybody. Everybody can't stand him. Nobody will back him up. Well, I mean, he's a pious prick who thinks he's above everybody else. But he's a great orator. He was head of the debate team. So all he is a better actor than everybody else? Because nothing they're doing is benefiting you. They're all managing the decimation of the America that we know and love. It's over. They're managing the decline of the country and act like it ain't no big deal. I mean, I listen to so many different people. This morning I was listening to the Jimmy Dore interview on Joe Rogan. And Jimmy Dore's he's a very smart person, but how did it take him 5 years to believe the things that I already knew? How am I so far ahead of the curve? And listen, guys, I don't get it. You can say differently if you want. Joe Rogan is not that intelligent. He's not. He's part of the machine. He's not that intelligent. And when he starts talking about aliens and in your mind and subconscious and DMT, I'm like, dude, you're playing with demons. I mean, Jimmy Dore's on there talking about some fog or something at the turn of the 19th century, or the turn of the 20th century in the early 1900s. Like, oh yeah, he taught me how to go inside my unconscious, and I was different characters. I met an old man, and I met a beast, a lion with a bare head and a claw and a wing and a feather, and they took me. They said I can't skip the line, and I tried to skip the line, and I had to go to the back of the line because I was in the wrong place. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why is this happening? I need to figure out what I'm doing, because I think I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. I'm in a town that I don't know where I'm at, and I got to find my way. So all these smart people are not. It's like Jimmy Dore. The biggest thing about Jimmy Dore that gets me is he bashes Donald Trump all the time, but he don't say anything. It's just like during the debate, because I watched the debate, that was a debacle. And Donald Trump's up there. Donald Trump's like, in what world am I even up here competing against this idiot, this dementia-ridden pedophile? What world competition? How do I not beat him completely, 100 to 1? How does that not happen? In what world? And the fact checkers on there, Donald Trump lied 35 times during the debate. And I'm like, well, which lie is it? Which lie did he tell? Because I want to know which lie he told. And then they tell you who the fact checkers are. The fact checkers are Snopes or PolitiFact. The fact checkers are owned by the liars. So if the liars tell the fact checkers what's a lie and what's the truth, then you're not going to ever get the truth. You're just going to get the lies. But nobody gets it. Nobody reads that. It's the most bizarre world we're in. And it's just like, just now, after all these years, Snopes has come out and said that Donald Trump's comments about Charlottesville were taken out of context. That he did not say that Nazis were good people. 7 years they've been beating that Charlottesville dog to death, and they're just now going to tell the truth. 7 years? Watched it with my own eyes. Don't believe your lying eyes. Your eyes ain't telling you the truth. It's backwards world. Absolute backwards world. It's like Jimmy Dore. The thing about him gets me the most is like, there's a genocide happening in the Middle East, in Gaza. That's a genocide. No, it's not. It's not a genocide. In war, you have to kill people. Now, Israel's goal is not to slaughter all the people in Gaza. That's not the goal. The goal is to kill Hamas. But Hamas hides in buildings and hospitals and schools with the innocent people. It's a genocide. Everything is so scripted. I just don't understand how people won't just believe me. can't I get more than 3 people on a video? If I make a new channel and I tell you guys what it is, will you guys go to that channel? So I can just see if I can jump. I know that I can't get off this algorithm. I know that I can't. I know it will not work. But let me try. Let me try at least to have a chance. Not that it's going to matter. Nobody cares about my voice. I'm nobody. I'm the crazy redneck that sees airplanes chasing me around. Joe Rogan was on there with Jimmy Dore, and they're talking about, oh, I'm so glad the media is finally collapsing and people are realizing, people are finding out the truth. They're coming to podcasts, they're getting the truth, and they're waking up. It's too late. It's too late to wake up. Why are you waking up now? After all you've been through, you're just now waking up? I told you that the dang jab was a weapon to start with. I told you the whole thing was a psyop. I told you. I've never been accused so much of being wrong and being. It's like literally when somebody tells me wrong, that's validation that I'm dead on the money right. I wish I could find the place I'm looking for, but I'm just driving in literal circles and I can't find it. I cannot find where I'm going. I'm in a city where I don't know, and I could Google it and get my navigation set on it, but I don't want to mess with the phone. Literally, I've been riding around for 20 minutes trying to find the correct place. Still don't know if I'm in the right place. Is anybody even on here? Why can't I see how many people are on the live stream? Why don't it show me? It shows everybody else is on the live stream. Why not me? I've got to try to rent a piece of equipment this weekend. And I don't have a credit card, so I had to try to get one from my grandson's dad. Said, hey man, use my credit card if you need to. Because I need to get this job. I got to get this job done so I can get a job started. This is a very important job. It must be done. For all people say, you're unemployed, you ain't got no job. Okay. So, probably got to say bye-bye because ain't nobody else here, I guess. Second time I rode up this road. So I had to jump off here, but I appreciate the 2 people that are here. I love you both. If I can help you, let me know. Email me if you want to get a hold of me. We'll chat. People tell me they email me and I go to find it and it's never there. Literally never there. I'm just tired, man. It's like I've got so much to do. I've got so much I have to get done or I'm going to be homeless. But everywhere I go, it's an escalator going the opposite direction I'm walking. See the videos where old people get on an escalator and they're just walking, but they got on the wrong escalator? That's what I feel like. I'm on the wrong escalator. I can go this way, that way, and I'm still on the wrong escalator. And I can't get anybody to understand. I'm yelling fire, but nobody is listening to me. They see the fire coming, they just deny it's coming for me. Craziness. Anyway, God bless. I'm out.